Greetings, Spartan. I'm Roland, UNSC Infinity's AI. We're going to study the historical battles in hopes of increasing your tactical skills for the future. As a bonus, it's a pretty fun game you can play in your spare time. So let's get to it. Loading up records for the Battle of Draetheus V. The fighting started when a splinter sect of Covenant ignored the ceasefire of 2552 and attacked UNSC forces. By the time the fighting was done, well, it didn't end well for the UNSC or the Covenant, either one. Spartans Davis and Palmer were both stationed on Draetheus V's moon at the time of the first attack. Let's see how they succeeded in repelling the first assault waves. As Spartan Davis continued fighting on the moon, Spartan Palmer and a handful of UNSC troops redeployed to the surface of Draetheus V to fend off the invaders there. Outmanned? Outgunned? Spartan Palmer didn't see it as a problem. How about you? Even though the battle was going in the Spartans' favor, Draetheus V had a surprise in store. Its moon wasn't a moon at all. It was a Forerunner creation, designed to build and destroy entire planets. Nobody knew about this, until the Covenant cult leader found a way to reactivate the old Forerunner tech and start disassembling Draetheus V. It was Spartan Davis's job to shut down the device. Although Spartan Davis deactivated the device, Draetheus V wasn't quite the safe and secure planet it used to be. Suddenly, Spartan Palmer wasn't just fighting off hordes of Covenant. She was heading an evacuation. With so many UNSC craft destroyed by the initial attack, she needed to find an alternate way to get everyone off-world. Spartan Davis sacrificed himself to save many lives on Draetheus V. Although the Covenant forces were broken, the UNSC command wanted the Covenant leader, Merg Vol, eliminated. Spartan Palmer was tasked with returning to the moon to finish the job. After she managed to eliminate Merg Vol and avenge Spartan Davis, Spartan Palmer successfully sabotaged the Forerunner device, eliminating the threat once and for all. Good work, Spartan. You completed the full cycle of Draetheus V battle records. That's it. History lesson over. Now get out of here and go train in the war games with the other Spartans. I'll see you around.
So, I killed Merg Vol and we all went home. Is that the official version these days? You ought to see what came next. That planet was made to build things out of galactic material, and it tried to build something out of what was left of Davis. I shut it down. Spartan Davis was my friend, and a damn good soldier. He deserves better than to be wiped out of our training records.
The Office of Naval Intelligence has cleared you to access a highly classified combat simulation. It's based on events that took place during the Battle of New Mombasa in 2552. "6 years ago, a Covenant fleet attacked the city of New Mombasa. Any school kid can tell you that much. But many of the details of that attack were known only at the highest levels of government. Until now. While fighting raged throughout the city, Covenant forces secretly hunted for the portal to the Ark. But they were also looking for something else. The operation we'll study today began when we learned the Covenant found an artifact known as the Conduit. Back in '52, we sent a team of ODSTs in to secure the artifact. As the solemn penance entered slipspace over New Mombasa, our team radioed command to say they'd recovered the Conduit. Moments later, the slipspace rupture devastated the city, and our team was never heard from again. We lost the Conduit, but their heroic sacrifice kept it out of Covenant hands. 5 years later, the UNSC picked up a faint signal coming from Gamma Halo. When we learned it was coming from the Conduit, we sent a Spartan to investigate. But hang on to your HUDs, because we weren't the only ones tracking that signal. The data recovered from the terminal on Gamma Halo yielded shocking intel. The Conduit could open Forerunner portals across the galaxy. And not only that, it was able to enter slipspace to save itself from destruction. Driven by religious fervor and a thirst for power, the Covenant never gave up searching for the artifact. And they found it moments before we did. They brought it to a place called the Altar. Their plan? Use the Conduit to open portals for the Prometheans to invade Gamma Halo, giving the Covenant control of the Halo Ring. They were confident of imminent victory, but they didn't know a Spartan was coming for them. As the Spartan escaped with the Conduit, he received an emergency distress call from a top-secret ONI base in New Phoenix. Researchers there were studying a mysterious Forerunner artifact. When the Covenant used the Conduit at the Altar, they activated portals all over the galaxy. One of those portals was in New Phoenix, and, well, you can guess what came next. What's more, the only way to close the portal was to bring the Conduit to the base, and use it to deactivate the Forerunner device. The Spartan raced toward Earth, but the Promethean invasion had already begun. Together with UNSC forces, the Spartans wiped out the remaining invaders, and saved New Phoenix from suffering through another catastrophe. There's no telling how many lives would have been lost if the Promethean onslaught had continued. Instead, we closed the portal and stopped them in their tracks. As for the Conduit itself, it jumped into slipspace before we could grab it. Official press reports referred to a slipspace drive coil accident. Had people learned the truth, the resulting panic could have destabilized the unified Earth government at a crucial time. But luckily for us, that didn't happen. But the Conduit isn't the only Forerunner artifact out there. The lost treasures of Forerunner civilization offer us great opportunity, and even greater peril. During the Battle of New Mombasa, a minor skirmish would have major consequences later on. The op you'll study today began as an attempt by a team of ODSTs to recover intel vital to our cause. In this simulation, you'll take the place of the original ODST team. Ready? Let's see how you do as a lone Spartan in the big city. Greetings, Spartan. Congratulations on your exceptional performance in our simulation. I've got a classified update for you, if you're into that sort of thing. Since the events in New Phoenix, ONI has been working day and night to track down the missing Conduit. We suspect it broadcast an activation signal to Forerunner portals across the galaxy. Portals we don't even know about. And while some of those portals may be dormant, others are still very much active. We need a special team of Spartans to seek out these portals, shut them down, and stop the spread of the Promethean threat.